What's going on, everybody? C4 here, and today we're going to be looking at the top 10 defensive linemen that are going to be released opening day on Madden 19 and their base ratings, and if we agree or disagree with them. Now, might as well say at the beginning, there's going to be a couple players that you may say they're edge rushers and not D linemen, and when we do the edge rusher video, you say, oh, those guys are more defensive linemen. It is what it is. Like, more so Aaron Donald, J.J. Watt. I divvied them up. You guys see Aaron Donald today, J.J. Watt, I include him with the edge rushers. Yeah, sure, why not, right? So we're going to go through these ratings, and we're going to, at the end, talk about it. If we agree, disagree, everything in between. So without further ado, jumping in at number 10, we have a three-way tie for an 88 overall. We have Cam Hayward of the Pittsburgh Steelers, Michael Brockers of the LA Rams, and Kenny Clark of the Green Bay Packers, all with an 88. I think Clark is kind of fair. Again, a lot of these ratings are kind of weird, man, because some of them are based off reputation clearly, because guys didn't play or didn't have a great year last year, but they still have a high rating. And some of them are based off of guys that had one massive year, and they haven't really had the time to establish a proper body of work. Kenny Clark, case in point, 88. He had one good year last year as a nose tackle. Kind of had a rough rookie season. Should he be an 88? I'll let the jury decide that. Michael Brockers has been consistent since he's been in the Rams. I feel like maybe if he was on another team, wasn't living in Aaron Donald's shadow, he might be more recognized around the league. I think 88 might be a little high, but you can't really complain. But I think Cam Hayward should be higher than an 88. Wasn't he first team All-Pro? As a monster, man. I would have had Cam Hayward probably as a 90. I think 90 would be a good spot. 88, I think they're low-key underrating him a little bit, especially because the pressure he's able to get as part of a 3-4 defensive end. It's obviously, I don't know if it goes without saying. It's harder to get pressure as a 3-4 end versus a 4-3 end. But those are the 88s. Now you guys, middle amongst yourselves to agree or disagree with that. Go to number 9. We have another three-way tie of an 89 overall. Jarrell Casey of the Tennessee Titans, K1 Short of the Carolina Panthers, and Brandon Williams of the Baltimore Ravens. So we're going for some of the bigger dogs that are good against the run. Brandon Williams, 89. That's about fair. He's one of the better run stoppers in the league. K1 Short, 89. I think that's pretty fair coming off. For him, maybe slight down season last year for the Carolina Panthers. And Jarrell Casey, really, really underrated. Nice numbers, 89. I think that's pretty fair as well. Going to number 8, we're going to go into the individuals now. We are starting with a first 90, and that is Lindval Joseph of the Minnesota Vikings with a 90 overall. One of the best nose tackles and run stuffers in the game. He has 97 strength, 89 tackling, and 89 block shed. That's pretty damn fair. I know he's one of the most underrated players in the NFL, and hell, even underrated on his own team. People still will talk about, the Harrison Smith, Xavier Rhodes, the Anthony Barrs, where Lindval Joseph's, outside of probably Harrison Smith, and Lindval Joseph is right there, I think, with Xavier Rhodes in terms of dominance on the defensive side of the ball. Going to number 7, we have Gerald McCoy of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with a 90 overall as well. He has 92 strength, 89 tackling, and 91 power move. Gerald McCoy, staple of being a 90 plus, even though that Bucs defense was not very good. Nothing was good on the Bucs last year. I don't think one single player had a good season for the Bucs. So, kind of a little bit reputation based, and we know that they can put it all together. Gerald McCoy is one of the most dominant defensive linemen in football. Go to number 6, we have Mike Daniels, the defensive end for the Green Bay Packers with a 91. Man, that Packers D-line with Kenny Clark, 88, now Mike Daniels, 91. Looking pretty nice. Mike Daniels, 94 strength, 89 block shed, 91 impact blocking. He's a monster, really good against the run, not somewhat limited against the pass. He can get in there, especially if you're a guy that does favor the power move, even though in today's Madden they're pretty much the same. So yeah, Mike Daniels, number 6, 91. Tied with the 91, coming at number 5 is Geno Atkins of the Cincinnati Bengals, one of the best pure D tackles in the game. 87 block shed, 93 power move are his highlights because he's just really, really well-rounded. He's a good athlete, a better athlete than a lot of D tackles. So he has the speed, he has the good size, speed, strength kind of categories, which help his rating because his base stats, he doesn't have a whole lot of 90s plus, but he's high 80s, pretty much everything, because he's incredibly well-rounded and very, very consistent. It seems like for the last 5 years, he's been top 5 for sacks for defensive tackles. So I think 91 for Geno Atkins, it's a good spot. Go to number 4, it's our boy from Philly, Fletcher Cox with a 93 overall, 80 speed, 92 strength, 92 tackle, 93 power move for what, in my opinion, because we don't consider Aaron Donald a D tackle, I think, in my biased opinion, Fletcher Cox is the best D tackle in football. And I really do think there's 2 D tackles we're going to talk about ahead of him. If I had to put, you took a gun to my head, I can't take Fletcher Cox and say he's the best D tackle. and we're not considering Aaron Donald D tackle, I'd probably say Geno Atkins would be the only guy to rank ahead of them. So the fact that Fletcher Cox coming at 4, a little bit of a gripe, but a 93 for Fletcher Cox is a fair starting point, I suppose. I'm not really going to be overcritical on that one. Going to number 3, it's Ndamukong Suh of the LA Rams with a 94 overall. He has 98 strength, 91 tackling, 92 block shed. Again, this is one of my biggest gripes. I think, pound for pound, Ndamukong Suh is the greatest defensive college player I've seen, but we'll say the last 3 years, I think Fletcher Cox has been better than him every single year. I'm trying to take that and view it as unbiased as it possibly can. I know a lot of people feel that way, man. A lot of people, Ndamukong Suh, yeah, he gets double teamed. So does Fletcher Cox. Fletcher Cox makes everything work on the Philadelphia Eagles defensive line. Now, Ndamukong Suh does not do the exact same. He doesn't get the same production out of his line. And you can say, debatably, the defensive lines that Ndamukong Suh has been with in Miami haven't been that too far down of a step down from what Philadelphia's working. They have Cam Wake. They had William Hayes last year. You got young guys there like Charles Harris. So I do feel like, you know, Fletcher Cox, the big thing that makes Ndamukong Suh good, apparently, because his stats are never, mind-boggling, is that he makes other guys around him better. I think the same could be said for Fletcher Cox, and his stats are a little bit more consistent than Ndamukong Suh, so I think Fletcher should be higher, but it is what it is. Go to number 2 for defensive lineman. It's Snacks Harrison, Damon Harrison of the New York Giants with a 95 overall. 93 strength, 94 tackling, 96 block shed, 95 impact block. Now, again, I would rate Fletcher Cox higher than Snacks Harrison, but apples and oranges. One's a nose tackle purely against the run. Another guy does the different types of play styles. So I think a 95 is kind of high for Snacks Harrison. I think understanding Geno Atkins 91, Cox 93, Suh 94. If those are the ratings that were going off, I probably wouldn't have put Snacks Harrison at the top of that list. Maybe in the middle. Maybe give him the same as Fletcher Cox at 93, 92, somewhere like that. I think 95 is a slightly generous because I don't think here's a good one. Him and Lindval Joseph are probably the 2 best nose tackles in football, and I don't think there's a 5-point discrepancy between Lindval Joseph and Snacks Harrison if we're grading them out as players in a head-to-head little matchup there. But Snacks Harrison coming at 95. Some good ratings here for Giants, even though their team was absolutely awful last year. And going to number 1 defensive lineman is going to be Aaron Donald. Like I said, I'm grouping Aaron Donald with this one, and you'll see J.J. Watt. We talk about edge rushers. Aaron Donald, the perfect 99, a member of the 99 Club. 90 acceleration, 97 strength, 93 tackling, 92 finesse move, 98 power move, and 93 impact block. He's unblockable. He's insane. I know they tried to put emphasis on schemes and all that stuff here in Madden 19. Let's be honest, you can play him in any scheme. I'm pretty sure, hell, if you really wanted to, you could probably play Aaron Donald as a 3-4 outside linebacker, and he still would be fine. He's that much of an athletic freak. And I have no gripes whatsoever about him being a 99. If anyone deserves a 99, like I said, if we're grading out everyone, Gronk's probably number 1, Aaron Donald number 2 for instant 99s. They're that dominant at their positions. And then looking at that, that's the top 10. A couple honorable mentions. We have Vita Vea, who I believe we talked about briefly in the rookies blog, where they talked about a couple top 5 defenders. He got a 79. He's going to be really overpowered. And for the Philadelphia Eagle fans, Timmy Jernigan got an 83 overall, making a nice pairing there with Fletcher Cox. And we got Brandon Graham, and you got Derek Barnett, and you got Michael Bennett. Philadelphia's defensive line is going to be absolutely filthy this year. And there you go. So Fletcher Cox 93. But that's going to be the talking point. You think Fletcher Cox really is the 4th best D tackle? For me, I would definitely have Fletcher Cox over to Ndamukong Suh. I'd definitely probably have Geno Atkins over to Ndamukong Suh. Snacks Harrison, apples and oranges, not the same type of player. But let me know what you guys think about the top 10 defensive linemen here in Madden 19. Do you agree with the ratings? Do you disagree? Do you agree with what I said about them? Do you disagree? Either or, let me know. As always, your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. And until next time, it's C4 saying peace out.